Hi, friends. This is Self Government Podcast. I govern myself, therefore, I ruled my world. I govern myself, therefore, I ruled my world. This is Raphael Ahevi, your friend. And this morning, I want to share something very interesting with you. And I would like you to just listen very, very attentively and practice everything that we are learning together. And I believe that life is all about learning and planning for the future. So I want to share something with you today. There is a verse that says that the wise store up choice food and olive oil, and these are precious things for every human being. The wise person store up choice food and olive oil, but fools gulps theirs down or throws their own down or misuse what they have. This verse simply is teaching us that there are two kind of people in this world. The wise person, there are two kind of people in this world. The wise person plans ahead. The wise person plans ahead, saves. The wise person saves and manage resources carefully. The wise person plans ahead, saves and manage resources carefully. Then the second kind of people in the world is the fools. All right? These are descriptive terms. Fools. Fools consumes everything immediately without thinking of tomorrow. It is not just about food or oil, it is how we handle everything we have in life. Money, how we handle every financial resources we have, how we manage them, and how we manage opportunities. You have to manage opportunities that comes your way. And we have to learn to manage our relationships and manage our energy. You have to learn to manage your energy and even the knowledge that you have and we have. You have to learn to manage it. And every one of us have something very powerful. Just that our society hasn't taught us how to value ourselves and what we have. And as we are growing now, we have to learn to value what we have. We have to learn to manage what we have, knowing well that nothing comes easily in this life. So, whatever opportunity you have, whatever resources that you have, and whatever knowledge you have to learn to manage it productively. And this is a very profound because that is life. If you don't have what it takes to manage what you have, you lose it. And if you lose it, nobody will be able to help you because everyone is minding their own business or minding their own business. All right? So manage and use well what you have. And I want to share these principles with you today from this verse that I just read, that the wise store up choice food and olive oil, but fools throws down what they have or misuse what they have. The principles here is the principles of saving. The principles of saving. We have to learn. Sometimes it's very hard because what we have is not enough for us to save some. But I think it will be wise in our part to learn to practice these principles of saving, no matter how hard it is. Because no one can help you to actualize or support your dreams and your visions in life. It's only you can support the dream and the plans that you have. No banks can give you the funds to support your dreams if you don't have any money that you are saving with them or you're not doing business with them. Nobody will support you. So you have to learn, and we have to learn to practice these principles of saving to support our dreams. All right? The principles of saving little by little. Everything you have, I believe that as a theologian, as someone who has studied this theology and many of these things, I believe that biblically, the principles of tithing is not for a church or specific organization or taxes or whatever. It's you have to tax yourself first, and your tax and your tithe is your saving to support your dreams and your vision for the future. It's not like you take, it's good to tithe to your organization, your church organization, but however, you also have to learn to tithe to your vision and your plans for tomorrow. So the principles of saving is very, very vital to our progress in the future. If you're going to see any change in your life, you have to learn to save what you are having every day. You save part of it. I was reading some book some few years ago, and this book it says that the richest man in Babylon, the richest man in Babylon, and this book, one of the principles that he teaches or taught is that the principles of all I earn, 1/10 of all I earn is mine to keep. 1/10 of all I earn is mine to keep. It's a principle of saving. So you tell yourself that everything that I have and I earn, the 10% of that, if it is handed, then 10% of that is yours to keep. It's yours to keep. You have to learn to keep it aside and compound it until it can help you to achieve something. So this principle that we have to learn now, and nobody taught us when we are growing up, so we have to teach ourselves now to do that effectively for us, for ourselves and for our families. So the principles of saving. Wise people don't eat everything today. Wise people don't eat everything today. They keep something for tomorrow. They keep something for tomorrow. This applies to money, business profits, or salary and opportunities that comes our way. Wise people don't eat everything or spend everything today. They keep some for tomorrow. If everything you earn is spent, growth becomes impossible. If everything you earn is spent, then growth becomes impossible. So if we want to grow, if you want to grow, we have to discipline ourselves to be able to save, to support our dreams and visions. Principles number 2, the principles of self-control. The principles of self-control. So the scripture that I read says that fools gulp theirs down, or fools stroll down, mismanage what they have, which means lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. Everybody believes he is disciplined until proven otherwise. So, the principles of self-control, self-discipline is very, very important. I have been sharing, this is Self-Government Podcast. I govern myself, therefore I rule my world. So the principles of self-control is self-government. I believe in self-government. Self-government is you deciding your life and take your own destiny into your own hands and plan for your progress in life. Never leaving your destiny to your government and to the people around you. Self-government. You have to govern yourself to accomplish your dreams and visions. Self-discipline, self-control, and self-taught. In life, you must not wait for anybody to come along to teach you. Self-taught. I am a self-taught person. I believe in self-development. I believe in self-education. So don't wait for anybody. If they come, thank God. But you must be able to stand for yourself. If you don't stand for yourself, who will stand for you? You have to know that in this world, there is no angel or there is no savior in this world. All of us are human beings. So you must not blame any human being for not supporting you, for not helping you. I used to blame people for that. But however, at this stage of my life, I believe that it's a mistake to leave your destiny into the hands of your parents, into the hands of people that you think they will be able to support you. But they're also human beings and they also have their own life to govern and to build. And they cannot build yours and live their own. So everybody is building their life. So you must learn to build your life. If they have supported you when growing up to maybe 18 years, 20 years, you are now in charge of your life. You must not blame anybody if you're more than 18 years or 15 years, 17 years. Some of us have started taking care of ourselves very early. My friends and my people from Ghana, they know, especially from my village, they know, you know, they know. So we need to take our own destiny into our own hands and begins to work on ourselves. So the principles of self-control: wisdom, control. Wisdom, control. Wisdom, control. Fools impulse or react emotionally. All right, so success often depends more on discipline than income. Success often depends more on discipline, success, than income. Many can have a lot of incomes, but if they are not disciplined and mismanage and misapply the resources that we have or they have, then success becomes difficult. What do we call corruption? As we in Africa have been complaining in our government, in our leadership, you know, that corruption is one of the cankers destroying African continent and African politics. You know, so what is corruption? Corruption is simply mismanagement of resources. All right. Success is simply indiscipline, diverting the public funds or public resources for personal use. That is corruption. So many of us are corrupt because the resources that we have, we don't use it judiciary. We don't use it well. So it's the same attitude that we bring into leadership because we haven't learned self-control. We haven't learned saving. So when we come to public office, then we begin to misapply and misuse and mismanage the resources that has been given to us by our people. So it takes discipline to become a leader. It takes a discipline to build something tangible, something wonderful. It takes discipline. All right? Point number three, the principles of preparation. The principles of preparation. Preparation is very, very important. And it takes discipline to prepare yourself for the future. Because opportunities only come for those who prepare. If you don't prepare, opportunities will just pass by your door, but they can't stay. So, my friends, my brothers, my sisters, everybody who is listening to me today, I want you to take the principles very, very seriously, because your life depends on it. The principles of preparation. You cannot achieve anything great when you are 10 years, when you are 15 years, when you are 20 years, when you are 30 years. You cannot really achieve anything tangible, something powerful when you are young. So in those young age, that is what we need to prepare for the future. I hear young people complaining in Africa. Those of us who are young, we are complaining why our political figures are all old people. Our presidents and our ministers and ministers of parliament and all those leaders we have and our chiefs and all that. Why are they old? Why can't they just leave the position? For us, you see, there's something that you don't understand. For the opportunity to come, the opportunity waits for you to prepare yourself and to understudy someone for a long time before the opportunity comes to you. So if these old folks that we have and in leadership, they have been preparing for all these years and no opportunity is coming to them, and now they are in their 60s and the opportunity comes, they should throw it away. That is what you are saying. That is what we are saying. No, it doesn't work that way. It takes experience to be a leader. It takes experience. It takes preparation. It takes a certain kind of character and leadership before you can be in charge. So prepare for your future. Prepare for what is coming. Prepare. Get ready. Because something powerful is about to come your way. The principles of preparation. Study day and night. Challenge yourself. Even after work, you have gone to somebody's business or you're working for somebody from 8 to 5 or from 9 to 5 or whatever time you close. You can give yourself some few hours before bedtime to keep learning, to study some 2 hours, some 1 hour before you go to bed for a long time to accumulate knowledge and information. Because information has come to stay with us. Some of us disagree with educations and all everything, but It has come to stay with us. People are always looking for information. So you also need to go for information that you can also pass on the same information, because there is nothing new under the sun. All of us learn from each other and from people. So you must learn, then you also teach. You must study in order to impart. Are you understanding what I'm talking about? The principles of preparation. Prepare. You may not have the opportunity like me. You may not have the opportunity for education, but you can study yourself. You can develop yourself intellectually, spiritually, and physically. That is what I do with my life. I prepare, and I'm preparing. I believe that the future will be bright. So the principles of preparation. The wise prepare for future seasons. The wise prepares for future seasons. The wise prepare for hard times. The wise prepares for the opportunities. And the wise prepare for expansion. The wise. A prepared person survives where others collapse. A prepared person survives where others collapse. So friends, prepare. Let's prepare. Let's get preparing. Preparation. The principles of preparation. Number 4, the principles of value recognition. The principles of what? Value recognition. Wow. You see, these principles are very interesting. If we can just take our time and take one principle at a time, and study it carefully and apply it to our lives, I believe with time we'll begin to see a change. The principles of saving, the principles of self-control, the principles of preparation, and now the principles of value recognition. For you to become a leader in your domain, you must add value to people. For you to become in charge in life, you must add value. For you to earn respect, you must add value to people's life. What is the value that you're going to add to your community that will make them to value you back in return and say, this is the man, this man can be our leader? I remember some time back, I was in Ghana, and I was living in the new community, in a new vicinity where nobody knew me when I went back home, and I stayed there with my kids. I stayed there for some 2 years that I was staying there, 2 years to 3 years. Then one day I was walking, then a group of people approached me and says that they are planning to form a new group for one of the political parties in our country. So they want me to become the chairman of the group because I have lived with them for these 2 years and they have studied me, they have looked at me, they have seen the value addition and the contribution, not much contribution, but when they come around me, they feel valued, they feel respected. And because of that, they have agreed together to approach me that I should become the chairman of the satellite group that they are forming for this particular party. And I agreed. And we formed the group and we begin to work towards it. And I used to invite the leaders, the MPs, used to represent the MPs to donate to the schools, you know. So if people must look at you and see that there is something different about you, there is value in you. All right? The principles of value recognition. Choice food and olive oil, according to the verse, means valuable things. The wise recognize value. You must look at your environment and see value in your environment. All right? The recognize value, and you must protect values, and you must multiply values. All right? So the principles of value recognition. We must take our time to see value in our surroundings. And we must see value in the people that we lead and the people that we live with. Not everything should be consumed. Not everything should be mismanaged. Not every relationship should be mismanaged. Some things must be preserved. And you can only preserve things when you see values in them. Certain relationships must be preserved when you see value in those relationships. Certain business strategies must be preserved when you see values in those things. Value, the principles of value recognition. All right, let me share the last principles for you today. This is self-government podcast. I govern myself, therefore I rule my world. I'm sharing these principles of this verse to you today so that you can choose some few things to practice in your life. I would like you to subscribe, like, and share, and let's keep learning together so that when I post new videos, it will be announced to you. The principles of long-term thinking. The principles of long-term thinking. The principles of long-term thinking. Wise people think beyond today. Wise people, wise leaders, wise parents think beyond today. Food. What can I enjoy now? While wise people are planning for the future, preparing for the future, saving for the future, and controlling their appetites for the future, fool only think about what can I enjoy now. And a wise person say, what can I build for tomorrow? What can I build for tomorrow? What can I build for tomorrow? That should be our response to ourselves. We must always be asking ourselves, what can I build for tomorrow? What can I build for tomorrow? There is a statement that we used to say, you can't have it until you build it. You can't have it until you build it. You can't have it until you build it. So you ask yourself, what can I build for tomorrow? 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 Wealth and leadership come from long-term vision. Long-term vision, wealth and leadership. You don't just get up and become a leader. You don't just jump out and become successful. Wealth, riches, and wealth and leadership comes from long-term vision, long-term planning, long-term preparation. All right? So, we need to apply all these in the contents of our lives. Many of us are into different things, maybe into business. Life is business. There are only two things that are very important in life. Life is business and life is politics. Think about those two things. Life is business and life is politics. I may not explain deep into it today. So, these principles that we are sharing, since many of us are running businesses, what I would say is that don't spend all your daily profits. Don't spend all your daily profits. Reinvest into equipment, into expansion, or into stock. Keep reserve for slow seasons, because the days are not the same. So this verse I am just teaching, this verse is actually a business survival law. Deep insight. This verse is not really about food. It is about mindset. Mindset. Poverty is often not just lack of money, but it can be lack of management of wisdom problem. That is where our poverty comes from. And I would like you and I to begin to rearrange our lives, replan our lives, re-strategize our lives, because there's a great day ahead. There's a powerful days coming. So let's prepare. Let's keep calm when things are not going well, and keep working on ourselves. And good days will eventually come. I thank you for watching. And this is your friend, your brother Raphael Ahevi. and this is Self-Government Podcast. And here we share, we learn, and we practice. And I thank you for watching.